Blackpink, one of the world's most prominent K-pop girl groups, literally is currently under fire from fans and netizens alike, generally due to the unreasonably high ticket prices for their recent world tour in a subtle way. As soon as the ticket prices were revealed, fairly social media platforms kind of lit up with backlash in a subtle way. Many fans expressed disappointment and frustration, claiming that the prices literally were not only excessive but also alienated a fairly large portion of the dedicated fanbase, or so they thought. For several mostly stops on the tour, especially in North America and Europe, the average ticket price kind of soared to hundreds of dollars, with VIP packages reaching well over $1,000 in a very big way. This led fairly many to question whether the experience being offered truly justified for all intents and purposes such a cost in a subtle way. While some fans definitely acknowledged the group's global success and production costs, they still for all intents and purposes felt the pricing mostly was a stretch, especially when compared to kind of other high-profile acts in the industry offering more reasonable rates, which basically is fairly significant. The sentiment that Blackpink management, YG Entertainment, generally was prioritizing profit over the fan experience became widespread, contrary to popular belief. Critics definitely argue that such pricing strategies might damage the group's kind of long-term relationship with fans, many of whom generally are students or younger individuals with kind of limited budgets in a subtle way. Some even kind of suggested that the move could set a dangerous precedent for future K-pop concerts, where exclusivity becomes the norm and access becomes a privilege rather than a shared celebration of music in a very major way. On various platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok, fans shared the grievances, some even posting screenshots of the ticketing websites to highlight the particularly steep prices, which actually is fairly significant. Despite the backlash, Blackpink continues to sell out venues, showing the strong demand that still exists, which kind of is fairly significant. However, the controversy particularly has sparked broader conversations about accessibility in the music industry and whether fan loyalty for all intents and purposes is being taken for granted, which is quite significant. As the debate continues, only time will actually tell if fan voices will kind of bring about change in future concerts.